This time of year, we're usually fixated on watching the remaining teams in the postseason battle it out for one thing: the Stanley Cup. Before we get into the video topic, however, I just wanted to stress one thing: that no matter who they are, winning the cup is a tremendous honor and accomplishment. With that being said, today we're going to look at several players that underperformed en route to hoisting Lord Stanley. And with that, here are the worst players in the modern era to win the Stanley Cup. Drafted in 2011, 174th overall by Pittsburgh, Josh Archibald had the intentions to play college hockey for a few seasons thereafter. When describing the forward, scouts were quick to note that he had good speed, was physical, and aggressive on the forecheck. After playing considerably well for the University of Nebraska-Omaha, Archibald was then assigned to Pittsburgh's AHL and ECHL affiliate teams for the next season. With his NHL debut officially in the rearview mirror by the 2016-17 campaign, Archibald was able to suit up for 10 regular season contests with the Penguins, in which he scored 3 goals. Despite this though, during the postseason, you could say that he didn't have the same production. Now granted, he did have a lesser amount of ice time during the 4 games played in for Pittsburgh, but even still, after 4 games played, Archibald finished his playoff stint pointless. Following 4 shots on goal and 9 hits later, however, Archibald was able to hoist Lord Stanley with Sidney Crosby and company after Nashville's defeat. For one of the 2 goalies on this list, we have the Boston Bruins 9th round selection of 1994, Josh Graham. After not reaching his potential with the B, the goaltender was traded to Tampa Bay mid-season in 2003 for a 4th round pick. However, Graham did have some brighter days between the pipes for Tampa. While taking on the starter role after arriving in Florida, Graham recorded a .920 save percentage after 17 games played. He also went on to have a career best goals against average the next season with .206 after 29 games played. So we're definitely not here to say that the netminder was always Swiss cheese in the crease, because temporarily at least, the change of scenery seemed to help his game. Well, the same couldn't be said regarding his performance in the 2004 playoffs. After playing in just 1 game during Tampa Bay's Stanley Cup run in 2004, Graham recorded a .882 save percentage and a 3.53 goals against average. Now, this may seem like a small sample size, but considering his performance during the next postseason, which was the catalyst for John Tortorella's 25% rule, it's fair to say that Graham had begun to decline.
4 goals and 16 shots. I'm a little tired of the 25% rule.
Most of us, when associating Adam Burch and the Stanley Cup, instantly think of the Burch-Chris Pronger feud, since the Philadelphia Flyers happened to be the Blackhawks' opponent in the 2010 Stanley Cup Finals. The two immediately clashed during the series, and as hilarious and entertaining the forward was, Pronger went right for the jugular when responding to his opponent's comments.
I don't really comment on people who aren't really around and just want 5 minutes of fame, and did he play?
He said next time he's going to see, he's going to hit you.
Where is that in the minors?
Well, we can give Burch some credit here, during the regular season at least, as he was consistently throwing the body and blocking shots. Outside of those 2 things, however, Burch didn't do a lot during his 15 games played in the playoffs of 2010. After 15 games played and 15 shots on goal, Burch remained pointless when he decided to set himself up for criticism at the hands of Chris Pronger. Since he had quite the personality though as a player, Burch has found his way into broadcasting since he retired in 2016. Back when the trap-happy New Jersey Devils were still around in 2002, Corey SCHWAB signed with the team in the offseason prior to the start of the 2002-2003 season. SCHWAB, up until this point, was largely regarded as a backup and was feeling sentimental when he returned to the Garden State, considering that the Devils were the team that initially drafted the goaltender 200th overall in 1990. But after playing a significant portion of his career in the minors and bouncing around the NHL quite a bit, SCHWAB's path had gone full circle by the time he re-upped with New Jersey. Hoping to be a part of a championship team, SCHWAB got some light work in during the season and relished the privilege of teaming up yet again with Martin Brodeur. However, SCHWAB would be called upon during the Stanley Cup Finals to stand in relief for his fellow netminder in 2 occurrences. as SCHWAB was able to get the job done for the team, as they did capture their final cup in the Burch era. But after fully examining SCHWAB's career while stacking him up to his peers, you could say he was quite fortunate to be in the position that he was. After retiring in 2004, the goaltender finished with a career save percentage of .896 and a goals against average of 2.89. When most of us think of Brad May, our minds instantly go to the Todd Bertuzzi-Steve Moore incident, as May was famously known for, allegedly, putting the bounty on Steve Moore's head. But outside of that, May was just your typical journeyman, really, as during his career, May played for 7 different NHL teams. One of them happened to be the Anaheim Ducks. After, Avalanche fans didn't take too kindly to May being on the roster in Denver, May was traded to Anaheim mid-season in 2007. So in theory, you could say this was more a right place, right time kind of deal for May. The playoffs came around not long after May became acclimated with the team. With 18 games played that postseason, May was able to record 1 assist and 14 shots on goal. While he was definitely a physical player, his willingness to get involved in the extracurriculars resulted in May receiving 28 penalty minutes as well. Drafted 8th overall by Pittsburgh, DERRICK came into the draft with the reputation of being a defenseman that was fully capable of running a power play unit. A dynamic skater that had a knack for offense, Pouliot was coming off of an impressive 59-point season in the WHL after 72 games played. While you could say that Pouliot struggled greatly to adjust to the NHL level style of play. After heading back to play for the Portland Winterhawks for a couple more seasons, the defenseman made his NHL debut in 2014 with the Penguins. However, Pouliot was only able to record 7 points in 34 games played and was then sent down to the minors thereafter. Similarly to the others on this list, however, Pouliot lucked out and was able to suit up for 2 contests during the 2016 Stanley Cup playoffs. Even though he did go pointless for the Pens, Pouliot had the privilege of raising the Stanley Cup in San Jose. Unfortunately though, after playing a total of 67 regular season contests with Pittsburgh and only producing 14 points throughout, Pouliot was allowed to walk in free agency of 2018.